The mysterious death of Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Drowning, conflicting reports, and Regina King's poised response. Malcolm-Jamal Warner's untimely death has left fans reeling, not only due to the sheer shock of his passing, but also because of the swirling questions surrounding the incident. Once revered as the beloved Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, Warner went on to build a multifaceted career in entertainment while maintaining a relatively low-profile personal life. Until now. His tragic death in Costa Rica during a family vacation has become the center of growing speculation, contradictory reports, and unsettling allegations. While the world mourns the loss of a man who left a lasting imprint on screen and off, some can't help but ask, was his death truly accidental, or is there more to the story? The final days, what we know so far. On July 20th, Warner was reportedly vacationing in Costa Rica with his 8-year-old daughter when tragedy struck. According to the initial statement from Costa Rica's Judicial Investigation Agency, OIJ, Warner was swept away by harsh ocean currents while at the beach. He was allegedly not in the water with his daughter at the time, but instead had entered the sea alongside a friend, leaving the little girl safely on the shore. This version of events seemed plausible until contradictory accounts began to surface. Witnesses, including law enforcement officials who were on site during the incident, began offering a different perspective. Albert Leon, chief of the tourist police of Costa Rica's Atlantic region, publicly contradicted the OIJ's report. According to him, Warner was not alone. His daughter had been with him in the water, and he had drowned while heroically attempting to save her from the forceful rip current. The officer insisted that Warner and his daughter had been bathing together when they were both suddenly overwhelmed by the treacherous tide. Several bystanders, including 2 locals equipped with a surfboard and boogie board, rushed into the water to help. They were able to rescue the daughter and push her toward shore, but despite their best efforts, Warner could not be saved. CPR was performed at the scene by Red Cross officials, but Warner was pronounced dead. The discrepancy. Who is telling the truth? The conflicting narratives between the OIJ and eyewitnesses present a troubling mystery. Why would the OIJ, a government agency, insist that Warner's daughter was not in the water if multiple credible witnesses, including law enforcement, claim otherwise? The tourist police officer even stated, "The Red Cross treated the girl on site. She didn't need to go to the clinic, but she was clearly part of the incident." He added that the OIJ wasn't even present at the scene when the drowning occurred and had instead gathered information secondhand from Warner's family. So why was their version given official weight? Was it a simple case of miscommunication during a chaotic moment, or was there a deliberate attempt to obscure what really happened? And more disturbingly, what might someone have to gain from that? A shocking allegation. The wife's alleged behavior. While the world processed the loss, rumors began swirling that only added to the confusion. Within just 24 hours of Warner's passing, reports emerged that his wife had allegedly moved to change the beneficiary of his estimated $12 million estate. According to these claims, she contacted a lawyer almost immediately and made herself the sole recipient of Warner's property and investments, excluding his daughter. There were also allegations that Warner's wife initially refused an autopsy and tried to block access to the body. Even more troubling, some sources claimed she refused to allow Warner's daughter to see her father one last time. Though these claims remain unconfirmed and are difficult to verify at this stage, the swiftness and cold precision of the alleged legal maneuvering have raised red flags for many observers. Could the motivation behind the conflicting accounts be tied to money? If Warner's wife had a financial incentive, it wouldn't be the first time questions of inheritance cast a shadow over a celebrity's death. No lifeguards on duty? Another detail that has left the public uneasy is the absence of lifeguards at the beach when Warner drowned. Playa Grande Pacific, where the tragedy occurred, is known for its dangerous rip currents, yet there were no professional lifeguards on duty that day. Only after online backlash did Playa Grande officials release a statement via Facebook, attempting to justify the lack of safety personnel. They explained that recent incidents at nearby beaches had forced them to reallocate lifeguards to other high-risk areas, leaving Playa Grande unguarded on the day Warner died. Their statement read, in part, "We deeply regret the passing of Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Due to recent aquatic incidents in Playa Negra and Chiquita, we had redirected resources there. We do everything within our reach. Without help from the government, clear public policies, and strong support from local businesses, this will continue to happen." While the beach authorities expressed regret, many felt the explanation wasn't enough. The tragedy brought to light systemic failures in beach safety policies and raised questions about how preventable Warner's death truly was. Enter Regina King, poised in grief. As speculation continued to grow, the name Regina King entered the conversation, Warner's former partner and fellow actor. Their romantic history dates back to the early 2000s and 10s, when their relationship became a nostalgic moment for fans who had watched both stars rise from the 1980s sitcoms to household names. Though their relationship ended on a sour note, allegedly with Warner dumping King and her son on Valentine's Day, Regina's public reaction to his death was nothing short of graceful. She shared two powerful images of Warner on a motorcycle, writing, "Some people leave a lasting imprint, not just for who they were, but for the energy they carried. I'm sending prayers filled with love and understanding to your family and loved ones. Rest easy, Malcolm-Jamal Warner." Another simple caption read, "Ride in power." The dignity and strength she displayed stood in stark contrast to the chaos surrounding Warner's final days and the controversy involving his widow. Their love story and its sudden collapse. King and Warner met in the 1980s during their early acting years, but didn't begin dating until 2011. At the time, both stars expressed their deep admiration for each other and a desire to protect their relationship from public scrutiny. In 2011, Warner shared on Be.it, "I think Regina and I are both of the philosophy that we keep our private lives private. All relationships go through peaks and valleys. We just prefer to protect what we have because it's very special and very precious." In 2012, King echoed this sentiment, stating, "I believe the universe has a plan. We probably wouldn't have been ready years ago. We both had to do what we had to do to be ready for each other now." But that dream ended in 2013, when Warner allegedly broke up with King and asked her and her son to leave the home they shared. What made it even more painful was that the breakup reportedly happened on Valentine's Day. In an interview with Us Weekly, King revealed, "That's tough because I don't have a favorite Valentine's Day gift. Someone broke up with me on Valentine's. Then he sent me flowers that said, 'I still love you.' And I threw the flowers in the trash. He was upset that I did." King's heartbreak was visible, and she later admitted that she had no energy to date afterward. In a 2015 interview with Wendy Williams, she said, "I've been so busy with work. My girlfriends are like, 'You think a man is just going to knock on your door and say, I'm here?' And I'm like, 'I wish he would, but I have to make it more of a priority.'" Her quiet resilience following Warner's death, despite their history, earned her widespread praise. Regina King's painful journey through grief. Sadly, Regina King has faced heartbreak beyond her breakup with Warner. In January 2022, her only son, Ian Alexander Jr., took his own life, just days after his 26th birthday. The grief she's carried since then has reshaped her life in profound ways. In an emotional interview with Robin Roberts, King reflected on Ian's passing. "Since Ian transitioned, I've had the opportunity to actually sit with myself and recognize how much of the sadness I'm experiencing is mine and how much of it is Ian's. I now understand that grief is love with nowhere to go." She expressed that being Ian's mother was her greatest joy and that she still feels his presence. Sometimes that presence brings comfort, and other times, an overwhelming sense of absence. Her strength has become a source of inspiration for many, especially when paired with the grace she extended in paying tribute to Warner. The Theophiles, a hidden project and a hidden motive? Among the swirling rumors is one of the most cryptic and unsettling, that Warner was allegedly preparing to release a controversial project nicknamed the Theophiles, which reportedly aimed to expose dark truths about the entertainment industry and its entanglements with elite power structures. Some conspiracy theorists now allege that this project may have made Warner a target. While there is no concrete evidence to support this theory, the timing of his death, the immediate actions of his wife, and the discrepancies in official reports have provided enough fuel for speculation to thrive online. Could Warner have been silenced before unveiling information some didn't want released? Or are these simply wild theories in the wake of a tragic accident? A legacy overshadowed by questions. What's undeniable is that Malcolm-Jamal Warner was a figure who meant a great deal to generations of fans, whether it was through his iconic role on The Cosby Show, his soulful poetry, or his nuanced acting performances later in life. He carried himself with quiet dignity and artistic integrity. Yet, the way his life ended has left a trail of uncertainty that refuses to go away. With key witnesses contradicting each other, allegations surrounding his estate, and whispers of secret projects, the lines between reality and speculation have become increasingly blurred. Even in death, Warner's legacy seems to be caught in a storm, one of conflicting narratives, hidden motives, and unanswered questions. Conclusion: what really happened to Malcolm-Jamal Warner? As the dust settles, one question continues to haunt the public. What really happened to Malcolm-Jamal Warner? Was his death a tragic accident compounded by institutional failings and media confusion? Or is there something far more disturbing beneath the surface, something that authorities, insiders, or even his own inner circle may be trying to hide? With no further statements from the Costa Rican authorities and the family remaining silent, clarity seems out of reach for now. But one thing is certain: in life, Warner captivated audiences. In death, he has stirred a mystery that demands truth. Whether that truth ever fully comes to light remains to be seen.